that we dropped, which I got a bunch of comments, basically not about how good the Kaleidescape was or how good the Kaleidescape is, but just how much the Kaleidescape costs, which I think most people just can't quite grasp the concept of. It's not about being affordable, it's a premium product, it's expensive. There are costs associated with licensing the movies, being able to let you guys download it. Of course, you got to pay Dolby, DTS. You're not streaming it, so it's kind of like it does reside on your hard drive. So you're not streaming it like you do on Apple TV. So you own it in a way. If they were to go under, like I believe Kaleidescape did kind of go out of business for like a good 2 weeks or something like that. If they were to disappear and go out of business, the movies are still there. They're still going to be on your hard drive. They're not going to go anywhere. That was a concern that I got a lot of comments on was, does the machine have to call back to check for licenses, et cetera, et cetera? But no, after you actually download the movies, they still live on the hard drive. So they're still yours. You can watch them whenever you want. If they went out of business, the hardware is still there. So it's not going to go defunct and like disappear. So the movies are still going to be available. Does it cost a lot of money? Yeah, it costs a lot of money. It's $8,000 for 12 terabytes. There is a smaller option, which is 4 terabytes, which is $4,500, I believe. So, I mean, of course, you can expand if you want. You can buy an extra like 6 terabytes or like 12 terabytes if you want to. I'm not sure at the top of my head what the prices are. I think they're like $2,500 for an external hard drive. It's expensive, and I understand people are very upset about the price. Of course, I put in the title, is this going to kill 4K Blu-rays? Of course, it's not going to kill 4K Blu-rays, but I need to get some eyeballs on the video. But yeah, it's not going to kill it because it does cost so much money. The Kaleidescape is a premium product. It's for like the rich people, you know what I mean? It's not like for the average people like like you and me. I like to think I'm an average guy. I only have a lot of the expensive stuff because people lend them to me. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to buy it at Kaleidescape. It's ridiculously expensive. I myself use I have an HT home theater PC, which I built, I don't know, a few years back. It's pretty basic. It runs on like an i5. I use Kodi as my front end. I can rip my Blu-rays if I want to, or 4K Blu-rays, regular Blu-rays. But again, that takes a lot of time. It's like you got to get the disc and you got to rip it. I usually rip it. I just keep it in a folder. If I'm doing the 4K Blu-rays, I keep it as a folder, and then that way I can keep it on my Oppo. I can plug it into the Oppo, and I can play it from there. So that way I can use like the Oppo's video processing, et cetera, et cetera. I can do the stretching and all that good stuff. So that's how I usually catalog my movies. They're either on the PC, on drives, or I just rip my 4Ks. They live on drives hooked up to my Oppo player. Unfortunately, you can't I can't find a good software that's going to play my 4K ISOs or folders on the PC. If anybody's got some recommendations, let me know. But for me personally, I think using my 4K rips on the Oppo plays the best. But yeah, like I understand that it does cost a lot. Is it a rip-off? It's only a rip-off if you can't afford it. That's what makes it a rip-off. People that can't afford it, they're going to be upset. They're going to be up in arms about it. Listen, I can't afford it. Do I think it's rip-off? No, I don't think it's rip-off. There's a certain market for that kind of product, for that certain kind of person. There's the do-it-yourself stuff for people like me and a majority of you guys that don't find value in spending $8,000 in audio video equipment like that. If I had the money, I would absolutely buy it. I would totally own it. I'd own like several drives, just back up all the movies. I would just buy all the movies I could if I had the money for it. I mean, that's a premium product for a premium home theater, for a premium system, for a premium house. You can not only just use it in your theater, but you can get other little satellite modules that you can spread throughout your house through different TVs. And that's for the rich people. It's not for the average person. For the average person, I'm guessing you just, home theater PC, do it yourself, rip your own movies. Again, it does take a lot of time to do that stuff. Is it a hassle? I think it's a hassle. If I had the money where I didn't have to rip and transcode and do this other crap, and the Kaleidescape was affordable, absolutely I would own it. But again, you know, the companies, they got to make their money. They're going to charge you an arm and a leg. They're the only players in town that's doing it right now. And nobody else is really challenging them. So you're not going to get, competitive pricing because nobody else is doing it. Unfortunately, that's just the way it is. But if you guys can't afford it, hey man, you guys can't afford it. Don't say it's a ripoff if it's not a ripoff. You just can't afford it. Don't be hurt about the price. You know, that's how I see it. But there are, besides Kaleidescape though, I was checking online. There's an alternative, although a more pricier alternative. When I edit the video, I'll put it up. I probably should have opened it on the webpage. But it's called Red Carpet Home Cinema. I don't know if you guys have heard of that or not. But Red Carpet Home Cinema is for the uber rich person who wants to watch their movies day and date with the cinema. So, like Joker comes out this Thursday. I think the movies are like $1,000 a pop. It's a few grand a pop. You get the machine and you drop another couple grand for the movie. You can watch it for like an entire day. But you have to be like a VIP member. You have to be like a celebrity, sports person, you know, something like that. Very rich person. But there are alternatives to Kaleidescape that actually do cost a lot more. redcarpetcinema.com. Check that out. I had remembered back, I think a few months ago, the founder of Napster wanted to do something like that, like a showbox or something, where you could get the hardware and it'd be like $100 a movie to watch day and date. You could watch it like twice or something like that, which I always thought was kind of a cool idea because you could get like a group of people, like your friends, everybody could drop like $10 or something, and kind of pay for the cost of the movie. Unfortunately, that never came to fruition. Although Red Carpet Cinema, it seems like they're thriving. They've got the new daily movies. But that's also an alternative to Kaleidescape, although a much more expensive alternative and a little different because you are watching movies day and date. So that's just my thoughts on the whole Kaleidescape thing. I don't think it's a ripoff. If you could afford it, it's not a ripoff. I think a lot of those rich people would say ripping your movies onto a hard drive, they would think that's probably like an idiotic thing to do because that's a lot of work to do. So I think there's going to be like two kind of mentalities. Like the people that can't afford it, it's a ripoff. The people that can afford it want to do the do-it-yourself stuff. You're insane. That's a lot of time. Are you getting paid to do that? No, you're not. So why waste the money? Use the money to buy yourself a Kaleidescape. You have more time to save and do your normal job to earn money so you can afford to buy the Kaleidescape rather than wasting time ripping your movies and transcoding, yada, yada, yada. So you get two trains of thought there. That's how I see it. That's the Kaleidescape. What do you guys think? You guys don't even have to tell me. What do you guys think about the whole Kaleidescape thing? You guys, I already know what you guys are going to say. You guys are going to be like, it's a ripoff. That's okay, though.